Okay, to start this look, I'm using Revlon Color Stay with a foundation brush. What I'm going to do is take a little bit of the foundation on the back of my hand, and just a little bit. Then I'm going to take my foundation brush and just grab the foundation right from the back of my hand and just apply this where I need the coverage. And you just want to grab a little bit at a time. And for everybody, where you need coverage is going to be different. For me, I tend to need full coverage. And for those of us with oily skin, applying just a light coat of foundation is going to give you the best effect. Going in with a heavy hand is going to produce, a cakey look. But for a really natural look, you want to go in with just a light application of foundation. Make sure that you apply it along your jawline and neck. That way your coverage is even. And then you just want to blend the foundation out and blend it towards your hairline. I like to apply a little bit of foundation to my eyelids just to really even out all of my skin. Now I'm taking Coastal Scents Camo Quad and a concealer brush, and I'm going to just put a little bit of concealer on the brush, starting with the darker color and then ending with that lighter concealer color. I'm putting that right in the places where I need concealer coverage. I tend to have some darkness under my eyes, so I'm putting it there. Along the sides of my nose, I tend to get darkness, and then just use the concealer to cover up any additional blemishes. And you want to start off with the color that's closest to your natural skin color, so that's that first color that I dab my brush into, and then finish with the lighter color. When you have oily skin, your foundation will get darker as the day goes on, just with the natural oils in your skin. So by putting your concealer on in a color that's just a bit lighter, it ends up evening out the way that your skin color will naturally develop as the day goes on. I just have some redness on my neck that I want to cover with the concealer. Then I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush to blend out the concealer. I like to apply the concealer with the concealer brush for precise application, and then go through and blend with the foundation brush because I just like the coverage that it gives me. And then blend in the same direction that I blended all of my foundation, which is out and away. Lastly, I want to go in with Palladio's rice powder and a puff and just set this whole look with translucent powder. The Palladio rice powder, I believe, is good for oily skin because it's oil absorbing. And then I just want to make sure to blend the powder down on my neck as well. And you'll notice I applied the powder in the places that I tend to get oily.
Hey guys, so I wanted to make this video for those of you that have oily skin. I have been searching high and low for a foundation for my oily skin. Oh, I wish I had them out right now. Damn. I was using L'Oreal True Match. I was using Maybelline Mineral Foundation. Both of those foundations, I didn't know if it was just the foundation or if it was me or something in how I was applying it, but my skin would just be so greasy and oily, and there was nothing, so I thought, that would stop my skin from being so oily. So I went online and I was on YouTube and searching for, different foundations for oily skin, and it was really hard to find, but I was pointed in the right direction of Revlon Color Stay, and this is for combination oily skin, which is exactly what I have. So it was really hard to pick out the color, but in doing research, I found that people with oily skin should pick a foundation one shade lighter than what they think their foundation color should be, because the oils in your skin will naturally darken the foundation that you apply. I also learned, as far as concealer is concerned, that you should apply concealer that's lighter than the foundation, and that's going to balance it out. And I have on concealer and foundation. I have on a full face of makeup, but I feel that it's perfectly matching my skin tone. And then the one thing that I was able to find, without doing any research, but just by looking at the packaging, was the Palladio rice powder, translucent powder, which is oil absorbing, which is great. And then the other thing that I use throughout the day, probably twice a day while I'm at work, is the Palladio rice paper, and these are little oil absorbing sheets, and you just take it out like that. So you can use either side, and then you just pat it on the places that you feel oily. I typically get oily right on the sides of my nose, right in this indentation right in my chin, and then in the middle of my eyebrows up to my forehead is where I'm always oily and greasy. And because I have acne prone skin, my natural instinct is to just wipe my face with my hands. But your hands have oils in it, and whatever you put on your hands, I put on hand lotion, that's going to get on your face and clog your pores and create more acne. So I knew that I had to find a solution that was not going to worsen my skin. So with this oil absorbing wipe, you can see all the oils come right off. Some people go on to reapply their powder on top of that. I don't travel with my powder in my purse, so once I do this, that's all I do. And then that's basically it. But for those of you that are out there looking for, a foundation or, just information about oily skin and what you can do, I wanted to make this video so that somebody else that's out there searching, can find all the information that they need all from one place. So, and that's basically it. So I hope this is helpful to you guys. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Glamour Caliente, and that's all. Take care.